to Double Down University. I'm back with you guys with another Women's World Cup knockout stage 2-pick power for you guys. One for the early game and one for the late game. The two props that I have for you guys is Lauren James over 2.5 shots and Kyra Cooney-Cross over 49.5 passes attempted. So let's get into it. The two props that we had last night were both pass attempted, and I kind of went in detail about possession and how key it is for those props. And Ertz went over last night. She went over her pass attempted prop, and the other girl from Sweden, she went under because she got hurt in the 97th minute, and she was within 7 to 10 passes of going over. So there's nothing we really can do about that. She was on pace, and she should have been able to hit if she would have played in extra time. But anyway, so Australia is the last home team, being as though New Zealand is knocked out, so they're the last host team in the tournament, being as though the tournament is based in Australia this year. So they are at home, and they are averaging 63.5% possession, as opposed to Denmark away. They are 44% possession, so they should control possession, as they have like a 20% advantage possession wise. So I really like that. And then just looking at her overall, she played in 3 games. She played all 90 minutes in all 3 games. She went under this line once, and that was to Canada. In the game against Canada, I think they had like 40% possession. They were outpossessed Australia in that game. That was the only game they were outpossessed in the whole tournament. And I'll go back to it. So, yep. So they had, as you can see here, Canada at 61% possession. They actually had 39% possession, but she still managed to get around 35 passes in that. So she was just short. She probably was like 15 or so passes short of going over. So I really like her in this spot. I think, like I said, they should dominate possession. And then the big mystery, that one that I'm waiting for the most, is to see if the best player in this whole tournament, Sam Kerr, if she's going to suit up and play. She's had, I think, a knee injury the first couple games where she hasn't been able to play. So you would think that, because her team needs her most now against a good Denmark side, that she should play. And what they've been doing too, that I noticed, because England and Australia are my 2 favorite teams in this tournament so far, just watching. But what Australia tried to do, I think it was the last game. So Emily Van Egmond, what they try to do was try to put her up top to kind of win some of those aerial duels. So aerial duels mean like headers, like, so if they cross the ball into the box, she can use like her her strength to be able to head the ball down to and pass it to a teammate, or to be able to just win possession and hold the ball up, meaning to gain possession of the ball and be able to lay it off to one of her teammates as well. So Sam Kerr missing is a big, huge big hole due to that, because she's able to do that, and she's able to do pretty much everything really well. But yeah, so they tried to use her to try to hold the ball up, which worked really well. As you can see here, they had her, and let's see, attack. See, as you can see right here, aerial duels won. So she had 2 aerial duels. She won one of them, so she gained possession once. But they try to use her in those type of roles. And then against Nigeria in that same game, Cooney-Cross had 60 passes attempted. And another thing too that I like to look at too are heat maps, and I kind of went over that last game. So for Cooney-Cross, she's pretty much centrally midfield, all over the midfield. As you can see here, really heavy work rate in the midfield right here. As you can see, the red spots are like the heavy areas that she's going to be in position. And then the rest is just like tracking back defensively and offensively where she positions herself. So she's real central. She stays in the middle of the field. So that's really good to be able to link up play between the back line and the attacking line to be able to get passes through to them. So I really like her in this spot. And then against Canada, we can go again and look at her heat map. As you can see, same thing. She's in the middle, so she's pretty much in the deep middle. She helps out with the back line and the attackers, so she's being that good bridge to that gap between those two lines. So I really like her. And then if we want to take it a step further, we can look at the Denmark and how they stack up with opponent passes. So as you can see, they have 100% hit rate on midfielders against them passing rate. So the only last midfielder was England, Georgia Stanway. She had 75 passes and her line was 58.5. So, and we only need 50 passes from Cooney Cross. So I think that's feasible too as well. So moving on to last but not least, one of the most exciting young players. If you guys are familiar with international soccer, you know that who Reece James is. He plays for Chelsea. This is his sister. Excuse me. Lauren James, and she's just been amazing ever since the second game of the tournament where they decided to put her in and let her play. So she played a full she played 28 minutes against Haiti, and then she played a full 90 against Denmark and then 81 minutes against China, which they won 6-1. So they just basically just took her out because they didn't need anything from her at that point. But she had 2 goals in the China game, which was the last game, and she had 3 assists as well. Against Denmark, she had a goal, so she's on a goal streak right now of getting a goal in every game in her last 2 games. So she's really, really hot, and she's one of those willing. If I'm gonna put my money on anybody on England, she's the most willing to shoot of all of them. She doesn't hesitate. She goes for goal. And because I remember in the Denmark game, I actually had Russo's shots, and I think her line was like 3.5 or something crazy like that, 2.5 or 3.5, and she managed to get 2 shots. Or actually no, I think it was Cole Kelly I had. Yep, Cole Kelly. She had 1 shot. And James stole the show because she had a goal, and then she also had 3 attempts. And then against China, like I said, she had 2 shots. She could have had more, but they took her off in the 81st minute. But it was kind of just a goal fest where everybody was scoring. So she could have had more. But another thing about her too is that she's an unselfish player. So she's always willing to try to create chances for her teammates as well. And she has a good passing range. She can play any pass, whether it's a through ball, whether it's a cross, whether it's just a 1-2 pass. She can play any of those as well. And then we can look at her scouting report. So she has a lot of touches. She touches the ball 68 times per game. And of her touches, she touches the ball 36 of the 68 is actually in the attacking half, which is what we want because we want her closer to goal to be able to take those shots. And then she has 2.7 passes actually inside of the penalty area. So a lot of her shots come on like the edge of the box, or like if she's cutting inside and somebody finds her off of just like a 1-2 pass where she passes to the outside winger or so, and then she cuts inside. And then as well as her, as you can see, like her assists is 1.35, her goals is 1.35 as well. They're all in the 95th percentile or higher in all of her non-penalty stats. As far as shots, she's averaging 2.25 shots, and like I said, she averages about 2 shots per game. So I think she just needs to get 1 more. And then another thing I noticed too is that she has been on close free kicks, like free kicks that are close to goal. She has attempted that as well. So she basically has a boost of a free kick if it's close to goal, where it's like with anything outside of the penalty area, she's going to take that and go for goal. So that's a free shot that we can have. So really she just needs 2 open play shots and then 1 coming from either a free kick or just a cross that gets kicked out of the or cleared out of the box, I should say, and she just kicks it back in. So I really like her as well for over 2.5. And then another thing as well to note for her is that Nigeria gives up 16.3 shots per game, so that there should be plenty of shots to go around for them. So that's a super healthy number. They are the 6th worst team in the competition still, as far as conceding shots. And then away from home, they actually concede 16.5, so just right around the average. And then England, on the other hand, they average 17 shots per game, so just a shot above what what Nigeria gives up. So those are my two. I'll go over them again. Lauren James over 2.5 shots, and Kyra Cooney-Cross over 49.5 passes attempted. I appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.